Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula has given an update on railway repairs in Cape Town. He's also answered questions from Langa residents living illegally on Prasa land. There have been suggestions for these residents to be moved to the Monwabisi Recreational Centre in Langa. Mbalula has promised to come back to the community with more detailed answers in 2 weeks' time. Nobesuthu Hejana is following the story for us. She joins us now live. So, Nobesuthu, let's talk about the Transport Minister saying that work is underway to revive and bring back the Central Line. This despite the challenges the first phase of the project had. Tell us more.
So this morning, the minister, together with the Prasa board, they took us on a sort of like an oversight visit where they took us to the Pinelands to Langa route and also the Bonteheuwel to Langa route. They are also on the Central Line. So those routes have not been operating due to vandalism and cable theft. So this morning, the minister says while the work is underway, close to, or rather under 1.9 billion rand has been spent to revitalize that line, and they're expecting the first phase, which will be the limited services into those lines, to be starting in July. And when that line has been fully recovered, the services will commence in December. And he also spoke to the residents of Langa, the Siyahlala informal settlement residents who have been encroaching on Prasa's land, and he did say that the land has been found as he was working with the Department of Human Settlements, and he can't say where exactly because he fears that should they mention the location in the next upcoming weeks, they will see more people, or rather people building in that land. So he's saying that in the next upcoming 2 weeks he'll be joined by the Minister of Human Settlements, Mamuluko Kubai, where they will be showing the residents of Siyahlala informal settlement the exact land and telling them the exact plans to move them to that particular land. But this is what the minister had to say.
In terms of the technical capacity of Prasa to deliver, there's no doubt about that. That technical capacity involves the security protection of the lines. As you would have seen that as we recover the lines, it is important that they must be protected. And even when the line has not been operational, the vandalism and the stripping off of the pairways has happened unabated, precisely because there was no attention paid by Prasa in terms of protection of the lines. So we have onwards taken a decision that security and integrated approach must be implemented. It is being implemented as we recover and we rebuild.
So let's talk about this. Residents who built on Prasa property expressing disappointment because the planned relocations are expected to take place in November.
Sure. So, Shahan, last year the Western Cape High Court had given Prasa an extension to complete its relocation processes by end of July this year so that the Central Line can be brought back to operational. So the minister today announcing that the people may be moved in November. That did not sit well to many people of the location because they had been promised that by July they will be relocated to the secured land. So they were raising concerns that because they had already prepared and now they are being delayed, and also not trusting that should Prasa, because Prasa is currently building a fence in Siyahlala so that those lines that they are currently working on or trying to recover can start operating in July. So they're saying that if Prasa brings back those lines, they may not be cared for or looked after in terms of like the promises made by Prasa, and also saying that they don't trust the minister now, especially with the delays in November. And they also vowed that should the minister not meet the new deadline now, they don't fear, or they will definitely interrupt the processes or the operation of the trains in those lines that the minister or the department is trying to recover. But this is what some of the residents had to say about their disappointments.
ingaba aba balapha bathaphazelekayo kwezi apha kwendaweni yesiporo bazosuswa babekephi. Okwesibini, ingaba ngokanye zizawuhamba nje ezitreyini ipi-proof ethi ngoNovemba sawube singekho kula ndawo ngoba endawo singene amadini amaninzi iiprasi asithengisi no-City Cape Town kodwa zange siphumela sisombululo ngoba asimazi naye namntu suppose uba usicela inyani esinika information singabangelela siphumele kweminzi yethu nje sizela loo nto leyo ngoba sifuna ikona uyasisusa usisaphi November mnye but what we do is
We'll leave it right there. Our reporter Nobesuthu Hejana is in Cape Town.